Selling Sunset Season 7 is testing everyone's relationships. The girlies are fighting, the brothers are fighting, there's a $60 million house on the table, and Amanza makes us all cry. So we all knew that this was about to come back around to Amanza. I said it in my previous video. Being the middle woman only works for so long. So of course Chelsea's like, why the hell did you go to Bree and tell her that everybody was talking about her relationship dynamic? And more so, if you were doing it to take the heat off of me, why did you not do it when she first got here? Why did you wait until she was friends with everybody to be like, girl, they was talking about you? And then make it sound like they were currently talking about her. And I'm gonna be real, I literally laughed out loud when Chelsea was like, girl, we sat down together and Googled her. That's how we know that she had a baby with Nick Cannon in the first place. And Amanza is like, girl, you are delulu. That conversation never happened. We never sat down and Googled this or anything. And Chelsea is like, then how did you know before? And Amanza is like,
how do I know that the month is fucking February?
Girl, maybe because you are a fully functioning human being? I'm so confused on why that was her response. I definitely feel like she got caught off guard with that question, and knowing that the cameras were rolling, she was like, I gotta say something fast, or if I say nothing, I'm gonna look crazy. I feel like if this wasn't at a time where they were filming, she probably wouldn't have said that. But since those cameras were rolling, she said the first thing that came to mind, and the first thing that came to mind was, how do I know what month it is? Hey y'all, it's Nate. Welcome back to my little corner of YouTube. This video will contain spoilers for Selling Sunset Season 7, episodes 4 through 6. So if you haven't seen them yet and you don't want spoilers, save this video and come back after you do. You are about to hear my thoughts on episodes 4 through 6, but I definitely want to hear yours. So don't forget to drop a comment if you want to engage in the conversation. And of course, like this video so I know that you enjoyed it. While we are on the topic, can I just say that Chelsea trying to speak in an American accent damn near took me out?
You're like, she's a fucking bitch.
But
She's a fucking bitch.
Chelsea,
She's
I
a
never
fucking bitch.
labeled.
Like, girl, please don't ever try that again. Austin Powers, you're Austin Powers. Let us handle the American shit. I do believe that Amanza had good intentions in having that conversation with Bree, but by only giving the first part of that story and by not clarifying that, no, people aren't currently talking. This is all before you even started. We were just speculating. By not doing that and clarifying that, she inadvertently stirred the pot. And I think she has learned that now. You just have to say everything or don't say anything at all. I also watch a lot of reality TV. Duh. I mean, a lot of my channel is based around reality TV. I do cover other things though, so check those out. But a lot of it is reality TV. Whether it's dating shows like Love is Blind or something like Selling Sunset or something like Survivor. I just love reality TV. And that being said, because I watch a lot of reality TV, I know that the person who plays the middle woman or the middleman or the person who's friends with everyone almost always ends up being called a flipper, because at a certain point somebody's going to be like, you have to pick a side. You can't be cool with everyone. And that's what's happening to Amanza this season, and that sucks for her because she really is just like sprinkling glitter on everyone and wants to be everybody's friend. But you have to be everybody's friend, but you can't flip-flop. You have to tell everyone the same thing, exactly how it happened, or you can't do it at all. Now, drama aside, Amanza opened up about her childhood and the fact that she was SA'd and abused in other ways by people who were supposed to be there to take care of her and people who she trusted. I mentioned in my last video that I relate to a lot of the people who work at the O Group because they all seem to have had childhood trauma, especially when we're talking about Chrishell and how she was homeless. This may sound crazy to anyone who didn't experience childhood trauma, but we just know there is unfortunately a weird kind of trauma bond that happens when you see or get to know someone else who also grew up in a traumatic way. And this sounds kind of weird, but I'll meet people in my life and I'll get to know them, and then we become better and better friends, and eventually it comes out like, hey, I had some shit happen when I was a kid. You just kind of can feel that energy. There are battle scars that you get from that. That trauma becomes embedded in you because it happened to you when you were so young. Even with therapy, even with doing all the work, it becomes a part of your personality. It becomes a part of how you react to things. Because in life, your experiences are what make you. You can do work to try to change how you respond to things, but at the end of the day, you are made up of your experiences. So I get it. I get Amanza, and I knew that there was a reason that I relate to her as well as I relate to Chrishell. I always felt like Amanza's true passion was in interior decorating and not selling houses, so I'm excited to see what she does to G's studio. I can't wait to see how it turns out. G's a little eccentric, Amanza's definitely eccentric, so I don't think they're going to clash on that. It's going to be a great union. So I am happy that Chelsea decided to apologize to Bree, but I felt like her delivery was a little bit shaky. She was like, I know I didn't allow you to be my friend before, but I'm allowing you to be my friend now, which does not sound sincere. I can't even give her that. Bitch. Not my earring done fell out. But then Chelsea does clarify that she's not backtracking. She said what she said and she meant what she said. But she's letting it go. And that Bree doesn't have to worry about her saying it again. I wish it ended there, but unfortunately it won't, because Bree is not quite open to that just yet. Question. Tell me what you think about me. Do y'all think Chelsea drives in those pumps? I know they always show her like pulling up and getting out of the car immediately, but I drive too. And I don't like driving in shoes, let alone driving in heels. And it's kind of difficult to drive in heels because they be hitting the floor before you get there. I'm just wondering if she pulls up, they do a cut, and then she steps out, because there's no way she's driving in those shoes. But let me know what y'all think. So Chrishell opens up about the fact that her doctor said that this cyst is affecting her hormones and could be affecting the way that she reacts to people. I said that in my last video. Maybe once she isn't feeling sick so often or isn't in pain, once she gets surgery to remove the cyst, she can start to kind of regulate again, because I understand like being in pain all the time is no fun. So I really am hoping that she stops being so snappy. Who knows how long that cyst has been growing? She said it was the size of a grapefruit. It could have been affecting her all this time. And again, I'm not giving her excuses, but that's a reality. If you're a woman, and I feel like most of my viewers are women, then you know how hormones can change even throughout the month. I mean, shit is crazy. At least it'd be crazy over here. Sometimes you'd be like, damn, I'm in a really great mood. Your period comes, you're over here, then you're up there. A lot of things can affect hormones, so I'm not going to put it past a cyst to have that same effect on hormones. Women's bodies go through a lot of shit. Jason is petty as hell. Jason is petty.com for being like, yeah, this is going to be Chrishell's $3.5 listing, but Nicole, I want you to fix it and stage it for her since she's out right now. And also, Chrishell is getting all of the commission, but I talk to you about it later. He might be the pettiest damn person in the office. He know damn well they don't like each other. At least he did acknowledge that he knows, like he's not oblivious to the fact, but he wants them to try to work it out. They're both his exes. When I really sit back and think about the fact that he's dated 3 women in that office, insane. Jason gives no fucks. Love that for him. But yeah, he wants them to work it out because I think he still cares for them both and he doesn't want them fighting. Bottom line, he don't want them impacting his bag because if they're not getting along, then he ain't making money. I'm just kidding. I think he genuinely wants them to like each other and get along with each other. Now, once that house actually does get fixed up and Chrishell's back and she's better, she meets them at the location and she's like, look, I'm ready to apologize, Nicole. Somebody in the comment section of my last video reminded me of how this drama all started, so shout out to you. And it all started because when they were in together on a house previously, Nicole started saying Chrishell is taking credit for all the work and the only reason she was getting listings is because Jason liked her. And when they reminded me of that, I was like, oh yeah, that's how this all started. So yeah, I'm sure she's triggered because Jason is putting them in the same situation. She's gonna have to move forward. She's just gonna have to let it go. I know Chrishell has said some pretty fucked up things, in particular saying that she's on drugs. But she's going to have to find a way to work through it. She doesn't have to love Chrishell, but I do think she's going to have to apologize at some point and, you know, for them to clear the air. I guess she didn't want to say sorry if she didn't mean it, and you have to respect that at least. I don't like how Nicole was trying to talk shit about Chelsea's $10 million listing. Girl is giving jealous, talking about it's not turnkey when it's the literal definition of turnkey. I am also a fan of house hunters, like I said. I be watching stuff. And turnkey just means that you don't have to do any renovations to move into it. It's literally a turnkey. You turn the key, you walk in, you start living. You don't have to repaint, you don't have to remodel anything. That's what turnkey means. By definition, this house is turnkey. Just because it's not modern doesn't make it not turnkey. That just means that it's not modern, but also everybody's style is not modern. Some people like a rustic look. Some people like super clean lines, white everywhere, but not everybody. So she was just being a hater for real. Speaking of that $10 million listing, Bree is upset that she feels like Brett called her out and basically kind of threw her under the bus and was like, girl, your start is a little slow. You might want to pick it up. She's basically feeling like Brett kind of sandwiched her. If you're not in corporate America, you might not know what a sandwich is. Basically, when your manager is giving you feedback and they start with something positive, then they give you something that's a negative or like something that's an area for improvement. And then they end it with another positive thing. Positive, negative, positive, sandwich. So that the person who you're giving the feedback to doesn't feel like you're coming down on them or like you're just saying that they're a bad person. It's a way to literally package criticism. She's calling it Sour Patch. It's sweet and then it's sour, but basically it's a standard sandwich. I don't agree with her saying that she should have got that $10 million listing. Chelsea turns numbers. Everybody know that she is a money maker. She is super charismatic. She knows what she wants. She knows how to get what she wants, and she knows how to get you to buy these houses. Chelsea 100% deserved that $10 million listing. And from the looks of it, she's already got people trying to buy it. So that was hers to get. Bree is just being jealous on that. And I think had he not called her out in front of everybody else, she wouldn't have taken it so like, oh, damn, why wouldn't you give me the listing? But because he made that statement in front of everybody, now not only does she feel like, damn, I didn't get the listing, but also now everybody thinks that I'm not performing. Eventually, she ended up confronting Britt, and she was like, hey, I didn't like that. I respect her for that. Even though their whole office is very open concept and open communication. I mean, they don't have any walls or doors or anything. It's just all open. So inevitably, most people are going to hear things that are said. But she did confront him about it. And he's like, look, girl, I'm not comparing you to the other agents. I'm comparing you to what you could be. Which is like, damn. Is that worse or better? I don't know. Mary loses the baby. My condolences to her. I'm a little upset that they put this in the season at all. I know that Mary, consents to them following her around and following her story of the season and all of that. But being someone who loves the drama of reality TV, loves all the things that happen, some things just don't need to be recorded. If y'all knew that she was going to have a miscarriage, why even put that in the first few episodes, showing how excited she was and how she was, ready to make a change in this baby's life? I don't know. I didn't like it. I don't like that they put that in there. I know that obviously she's on camera, so she agreed to them doing it, but I thought it was in bad taste. That's just how I feel about it. Let's talk about this new office. I don't really know if Jason is building an office or a clubhouse. I feel like I want to go hang out at the new O Group office for happy hour or something. Like, I'm going to just roll by there after work, like, where the drinks at. I wonder what the cover charge is going to be. I need to let y'all know this. It's taken me 7 seasons, but I can finally tell the brothers apart. I know who Brett is and I know who Jason is. I can look at them and be like, that's Brett and that's Jason. So, personal accomplishment for me. So, in regards to this new office, Brett is not fucking having it. I do always feel like Brett has always been the more serious, I don't want to say like uptight, but the more serious, the more realistic, the more, sometimes the glass is half empty, sometimes it might be half full type of person. Jason has always been the crazy twin. I'm gonna do whatever. I always double my expected costs when I'm doing a project. They definitely are yin and yang when it comes to that. And you do kind of need that. Otherwise, if Jason were running the O Group by himself, he would be going off on mini projects all day and never get to what he's supposed to be doing. Jason has a very much buy low, sell high type of mentality. He knows that the market is not good. He's not oblivious to that. He knows that the housing market is not the best right now, but he also knows that it's going to go back up. Inevitably, it always goes back up. Even after a crash, it's going to go back up. Actually, after a crash, it can't really do anything but go back up. So he's willing to put all this money into this new office because he knows that once the market is better, he's going to make all that money back. I mean, he's not selling $500,000 houses, which I don't even know if those exist in LA anymore, but he's selling multi-million-dollar houses. He's gonna make the money back. But there is a side of that, and I kind of agree with Brett, that's like, yeah, you're gonna eventually make the money back, but while the market is down, you're probably not gonna make it back. And in that scenario, the scenario that they're in, you're just throwing money into a hole because you're not going to see a return on that anytime soon. And you're getting ready to hire, 6 new people? So not only are you spending money on this office, but you're spending money on paying these other people. But I guess it works different because they're not on payroll. They make money on commissions. So I guess it's a little bit different in that sense. I'm always going to try to talk about the houses in every video because I really did initially start watching this show for the houses. I stayed for the drama, but I definitely came for the houses. The house Amanza was showing was gorgeous. It had a singing shower. It had a nice pool. It had all of these windows. I love a glass house. I just gotta make sure I don't throw stones. But no, I love a glass house. I love having huge windows in a house, natural sunlight, like literally my dream. Also, it had an amazing movie theater. Did y'all see that? Ugh, so pretty. And then there's the $60 million listing, which I had to double check. I was like, do I know how to read numbers? Tens, 20s, 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, millions, 10. Oh, that is 60 million. Oh, okay. My brain can't even fathom $60 million. Like, what do you do with that money? I guess you build a damn house. And on top of that, it used to be 100 million, but the owner brought it down because of the mansion tax. Insane. And what a fucking steal. This house isn't even a damn house at this point. It has its own spa and hair salon. It's damn near a hotel. Like, I'm trying to check in. He's also going to give whoever sells the house an Aston Martin. I'm doing it wrong. I gotta be doing life wrong because there are people who are giving away Aston Martins. What am I doing? Listen up, O Group. I need y'all to come in close. Do y'all have a starter program or something? I know that I have a whole other career right now, but if you tell me that I could start making $1 million commissions, I will go get my damn realtor's license. I need like an internship program though. I don't have the connections that these women have, but I get that the job is actually hard. I actually don't think I would really make it in this industry because I have social anxiety. I'm just not a mingler. I'm really kind of an introvert, and that's why talking to a camera is great because I'm damn near talking to myself until I put it on YouTube. Also, let me find out that seller financing exists. Chelsea describes seller financing as
a type of agreement that allows the buyer to pay the seller in installment rather than using traditional mortgages from banks.
So basically, from what I understand, it's kind of like getting a car and financing it in-house instead of going through a bank to do it. So essentially, I guess the seller of this house is taking your word on it that you're going to pay them instead of having the backing of a bank. It's a little risky, but hey, if it works, it works. I was also surprised to know that people are financing these houses in the first place. I didn't really think people who had, I don't know, millions of dollars and enough money to spend $10 million on a house were out here financing or getting a mortgage. I thought that they were just showing up with $10 million in duffel bags and being like, here's the money for the house. But I guess they do pay a mortgage. That's interesting. One last thing. I gotta talk about this comedian. I don't know who the hell she is, but she is funny as hell. I love stand-up, and I understand that it is an art form and a talent to be able to come up with jokes off rip, and she is just going in on Mary Lou. Ooh, I said her name wrong again. Fuck.
It was like a full-grown man when she was like, so hot and so young and not pressuring you into having a family yet because she's still living with hers. We need a high chair for her, but we can't have her by the fire. That's not safe. She'll stumble in there.
I know she's making jokes at her expense, but they funny as hell. Let me know what y'all thought about this batch of episodes. I'll have my thoughts up on 7 through 9 probably tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. If you want to keep in touch outside of this video, feel free to subscribe to my channel if that's your thing, and give this video a like before you go. And I'll see you next time. Bye! I'm about to get real middle school lunchtime. Somebody's earring back isn't working. An eraser to the rescue. Y'all ever did that, or was that just people in my school? Ooh, my battery dying too. I gotta hurry up and finish this. It's gonna stay on now. An eraser is a better back than a bag. That's a fact. Now I gotta okay. I don't even know what I'm saying. Not the battery about to die. Fuck, bro. I gotta find my backup. Oh, found it. Don't worry, guys. We will live to record another day. There's gonna be a brief blackness while I change out this camera. Or the battery. Let's believe I'm still bejeweled. When I walk in the room, I can still make the whole place shimmer. Then I'm gonna put up a trigger warning section right here before we get into Amanza's second half. She is just going, god damn it.
Better at Coachella, I went to see Chica, she with the CC trip. Perfect, I took a seat on the ice, cold dawn. She handed me an ice blue bong, whatever.